Picture this. It's a Saturday morning, sunlight streaming through your kitchen window, the smell of fresh coffee filling the air. You grab your favorite mug, the one your kids gave you for Father's Day or Mother's Day, and start planning the day. Maybe it's taking the grandkids to the park, tidying up the backyard, or just going for a walk around the neighborhood. But as you get up from your chair, there's a heaviness in your legs. Climbing the stairs to grab something from the bedroom feels like a bigger task than it should. Carrying groceries from the car to the house makes you pause to catch your breath. It's not just tiredness. It's like your body, which has always been there for you, is hesitating. Has anyone ever felt this? Maybe it's not something you say out loud, but it's there, like a quiet shadow. I met Susan, a 62-year-old woman from a small town in Ohio, who helped me understand this feeling. Susan was the kind of person everyone in the neighborhood knew because of her garden. Her roses were the talk of the block, red, yellow, white, all lined up like a painting. She'd spend hours out there, digging, planting, watering, with a smile that seemed to say the world was just right. But a few years ago, Susan started to change. It wasn't obvious at first. She still went out to the garden, but she spent less time there. The watering can, which she used to carry with ease, began to feel heavy. Her hands shook when she tried to prune the branches. One day, she confided in a friend. "I don't want to admit it, but I feel like I'm losing a part of who I am." Susan wasn't just talking about her garden. It was about the strength that let her live the way she loved. This feeling isn't uncommon. Maybe for you, it's not about gardening. Maybe it's avoiding the second floor of your house because the stairs feel daunting. Or choosing not to play with your grandkids on the floor because getting back up is a struggle. Maybe it's looking at the bicycle in your garage and thinking, "I used to love riding, but now I'm not sure I can." These moments are more than inconveniences. They touch something deep. Our physical strength isn't just about muscles. It's about independence. It's about feeling like we can still do the things that bring us joy, that connect us to the people we love. Here's what I want to tell you. You're not alone in this. And more importantly, it's not something you have to accept as part of getting older. There are people like Susan, and so many others, who found a way to rekindle that energy. It wasn't with expensive gyms, complicated medications, or drastic life changes. It was with something simple, something closer than you might think. Today, we're going to explore together what's happening in our bodies, why it matters, and how small steps can make a difference you feel in your everyday life. Let's start by looking at what's behind this quiet change so many of us face. Think of your body as a house you've built over the years. Your muscles are like the beams that hold everything together. They keep you standing, help you move, give you balance. But over time, if you don't reinforce those beams, they can start to weaken. It's not just because the years go by. Studies show that after 50, we can lose 3 to 5% of our muscle mass each year if we don't take some steps. There's even a name for it, sarcopenia, which is just a fancy word for saying our muscles are shrinking as we age. But here's the exciting part. It's not inevitable. It's not like wrinkles or gray hair that just show up. You can change the direction of this story. I met John, a 58-year-old man from Michigan, who helped me see this clearly. John was the kind of guy you'd spot jogging in the park every Sunday morning, waving to neighbors, with a grin like he was soaking up life. He wasn't a pro athlete, just someone who enjoyed staying active. But slowly, he started to feel like his legs weren't the same. It was like I was running with flat tires, he told me. John stopped jogging, not because he wanted to. He thought it was too late to get back what he'd lost. He started spending more time on the couch, watching football games instead of playing catch with his buddies. But something inside him wouldn't settle for that. John wanted to feel that freedom again, running through the park, the breeze on his face, knowing his body could keep up. What John discovered, and this happened for Susan and so many others, was that strength doesn't vanish forever. It might be dormant, but with the right signals, your body can wake up. And those signals aren't complicated. It's not about becoming a bodybuilder or training for a marathon. It's about understanding what your muscles need to stay strong, to help you live the life you want. Let's dig a little deeper, because knowing what's going on is the first step to making a change. Your muscles are like a team that works for you every day. They get you out of bed, help you carry groceries, keep you steady when you climb stairs. But they don't work alone. They need fuel, clear instructions, a bit of care. After 50, a few things can get in the way of that team. Maybe you're moving less. Who hasn't swapped a walk for a night in front of the TV? Maybe hormonal changes like menopause or lower testosterone are making it harder to keep muscles strong. Or maybe, and this is a big piece of the puzzle, your body isn't getting the right nutrients to keep that team running smoothly. I'm not talking about strict diets or counting calories like you're solving a math problem. Think of it like giving your car the right kind of gas. You wouldn't put water in the tank, right? Your body's the same way. It needs certain signals, certain ingredients to keep your muscles active. And the good news is, those ingredients aren't hard to find. They're not locked away in fancy health food stores or recipes that take hours to make. In fact, they're probably already in your pantry, your fridge, or on the shelves of the grocery store where you shop for Sunday dinner. Before we get to what those ingredients are, let me tell you about Maria, a 65-year-old grandmother from North Carolina. Maria's the kind of person who lights up any room. She has 3 grandkids, and her greatest joy is spending weekends with them, building pillow forts, running around the backyard, or just sitting on the floor playing with toy cars. But a few years ago, Maria started pulling back from those moments. Not because she didn't want to. Her arms and legs just didn't feel strong enough. Carrying her youngest grandson, who's 4, made her worry she'd stumble. Sitting on the floor to play was an adventure, because getting up was such an effort. I didn't want to be the grandma who just watches, she told me. I wanted to be part of the fun. Maria started looking for answers. She didn't want to take endless pills or sign up for a gym that felt built for 20-year-olds. What she found was something that fit her life. Something simple, affordable, that didn't require turning her routine upside down. Today, Maria dances in the kitchen with her grandkids, laughing as she teaches them moves she learned back in the 70s. She carries her youngest in her arms without hesitation. When I asked what changed, she said, "It wasn't a miracle. It was just learning to give my body what it was asking for." Susan, John, Maria, they all have something in common. They found that small tweaks, things you can do without flipping your life upside down, can rekindle the strength you thought was gone. And here's the part that might surprise you. One of the keys to this is what you put on your plate. It's not about eating less or following rigid rules. It's about choices that feed your muscles, that tell your body, you've still got this. We're getting to the heart of this conversation, and I promise it's going to be worth it. Think about the last time you went to the grocery store. Maybe you walked through the produce aisle, grabbed something for dinner, or stopped by the dairy section to pick up yogurt. What if I told you that right there, among the shelves where you already shop, are 7 simple items that can change how you feel? They're not expensive supplements or exotic ingredients you've never heard of. They're everyday foods that science now shows can help your muscles stay strong, giving you back that sense of energy and confidence. Let's explore these 7 foods together. But first, I want to show you why they make such a difference. Your muscles are like a garden, like Susan's with her roses. If you don't water it, fertilize it, or tend to it, it'll wilt. But with a little care, it blooms. Food is part of that care. After 50, your muscles need protein, nutrients that fight inflammation, and energy to keep them active. These foods we're about to talk about deliver exactly that. They're like the sun and water your garden needs to thrive. Let's meet them now, one by one, and see how they can fit into your life. The first is eggs. Yup, those plain old eggs you probably have in your fridge right now. They're like a Swiss Army knife for your muscles, packed with high-quality protein and something called leucine, which basically tells your muscles, hey, time to grow and repair. John, the jogger from Michigan, told me he started eating eggs almost every day. Sometimes it was a hard-boiled egg with breakfast, alongside some toast. Other times, he'd whip up a scramble with tomatoes and onions for dinner. I couldn't believe something so basic could make a difference, he said, but I started feeling my legs stronger after a few weeks. Try adding 1 or 2 eggs to your day, maybe in a salad, a frittata, or just boiled with a pinch of salt. It's quick, easy, and your muscles will thank you. The second food is beans. Doesn't matter if it's black beans, kidney beans, or the kind your mom used to make with a bit of bacon. Beans are a powerhouse of plant-based protein, fiber, and nutrients that help your muscles recover and stay firm. Plus, they're easy on the wallet. A can or a bag of dried beans costs next to nothing. Picture a warm bowl of chili on a chilly night, or beans mixed with rice and veggies. Susan started adding beans to her meals at least 3 times a week. She told me she loved how full they made her feel, but what surprised her was how her arms felt less shaky when she carried things in the garden. Try a bowl of beans with a dash of spice. It's comforting and good for you. Third, we've got Greek yogurt. Creamy, versatile, and a real friend to your muscles. It's loaded with high-quality protein, probiotics that help your body absorb nutrients, and it's perfect for any time of day. Maria, the grandma from North Carolina, became a fan. She started eating a bowl of Greek yogurt with honey and some fruit for an afternoon snack. It was like dessert, she said, but suddenly I noticed I could carry my grandson without feeling that strain in my arms. Pick a plain, unsweetened yogurt and add what you like. Fresh fruit, a handful of granola, or even a sprinkle of cinnamon. It's a delicious way to give your muscles what they need. The fourth food is spinach. Remember Popeye popping open a can of spinach and getting strong? He was onto something. Spinach is full of magnesium, nitrates, and antioxidants that help your muscles work better and recover faster. And you don't need to eat a bucket of it. A handful in a salad, sautéed with garlic, or blended into a smoothie does the trick. Susan, the gardener, started putting spinach in almost everything. It's like my garden's giving me back my strength, she joked. Try adding spinach to your meals a few times a week. It's easier than it sounds and brings results you can feel. Fifth, we have salmon. This fish is a champ for your muscles, thanks to omega-3s that fight inflammation and protein that helps with repair. And it doesn't have to be a pricey, fresh fillet. Canned salmon works just as well and fits any budget. John likes to make a salad with canned salmon, a bit of mayo, and some chopped celery. It's my power lunch, he laughs. Try including salmon once or twice a week, grilled, baked, or on toast. Your muscles will love it, and so will your heart. The sixth food is almonds. A handful a day brings vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats that help with muscle recovery and keep you full. They're perfect to toss in a bag or keep in your car for when hunger strikes. Maria sprinkles almonds on her yogurt or eats them plain while watching TV. It's my guilt-free snack, she says. Try adding almonds to your routine, in a salad, as a topping, or just as a quick bite. They're small but mighty. And finally, the seventh food, sweet potatoes. They're more than just a tasty side at Thanksgiving. Sweet potatoes have complex carbs that fuel your muscles, plus potassium to help with balance. Roast one with a drizzle of olive oil, mash it with a pinch of cinnamon, or cube it for a salad. Susan told me she became a fan of roasted sweet potatoes. "It's like eating something comforting that gets me ready for the day," she said. Add sweet potatoes to your menu a few times a week. It's simple and delicious. These 7 foods, eggs, beans, Greek yogurt, spinach, salmon, almonds, and sweet potatoes, are not just food. They are like tools, natural resources that work silently to help your body build strength, recover energy, and, above all, restore the confidence that you can do what you love. They are not exotic nor difficult to find. You don't need to become a professional chef or spend a fortune in specialty stores. They are right there in your routine, in the aisles of the grocery store where you already shop. They are waiting, almost like old friends, to become part of your life again. What makes these foods so special is that they deliver real results without complications. The egg, for example, is a source of high-quality protein. A single unit already provides essential amino acids that your body needs to repair muscles, produce enzymes, and even balance hormone levels. Beans, so common on our tables, are packed with fiber, iron, and plant-based protein, offering satiety and constant energy throughout the day. Greek yogurt, on the other hand, is rich in probiotics that balance your gut flora, something that has much more impact on our health than we often realize. A healthy gut means a lighter body, better nutrient absorption, and a stronger immune system. And there's more. Spinach is loaded with iron, magnesium, and vitamins that support muscle and brain function. Salmon, meanwhile, is a true gem of nature. Rich in omega-3, it fights silent inflammation and protects the heart. Almonds, small and crunchy, are full of good fats and vitamin E, excellent for skin, brain health, and even for stabilizing energy levels. And sweet potatoes, naturally sweet, are a slow-absorbing carbohydrate, perfect for maintaining energy without blood sugar spikes. And the most interesting part? You don't need to change everything at once. No one needs to become a new person overnight. Just start small. Maybe tomorrow you'll swap white bread for scrambled eggs at breakfast. Perhaps you'll prepare a portion of beans with vegetables for Wednesday dinner. Or maybe you'll try carrying a handful of almonds in your bag to snack on during the afternoon. These are simple gestures, but each one is a step. And each step brings you closer to a stronger, more capable, and more present body in your daily life. Remember Susan? When we first talked about her, she was feeling tired, unmotivated, and almost ready to give up gardening, something she loved so much. But she started slowly. First, she added spinach to her meals. Then, she swapped her morning cereal for eggs. Within a few weeks, she was back to digging in the soil, tending to her rose bushes, and enjoying the scent of the flowers she planted herself. Today, she talks about how she regained not only her strength, but also her joy. And John? He used to avoid walking because he felt pain in his legs. He felt unstable, insecure. But he decided to experiment. He started introducing salmon twice a week, something simple that he cooked in a pan. He also began eating roasted sweet potatoes in the oven, with a touch of olive oil and rosemary. Not long after, he was walking in the park again. He felt the firm ground beneath his feet, and his heart beating with more confidence. Today, he says that more than just walking, he rediscovered the silence of nature, the sound of birdsong, things he hadn't noticed in years. And Maria? Maria rediscovered the joy of dancing with her grandchildren. She started with Greek yogurt for breakfast and almonds in the afternoon. Simple things, nothing complicated. Gradually, her body responded. She regained her breath. She started laughing louder. Today, she dances in the living room as if she were 30 years old, spinning with her grandchildren to the sound of old songs she used to play on the radio when she was young. These stories aren't exceptions. They're possible for anyone, including you, because you deserve this. You deserve to feel good in your own body. You deserve to climb stairs without worry, carry grocery bags safely, and play with your children or grandchildren without pain, fear, or limitations. You deserve to wake up and feel that your body is on your side, not against you. And these 7 foods can be the beginning of that change. They're not magic, but they are powerful. They're a simple way to tell your body, I care about you. We're in this together. Maybe today you don't feel very energetic. Maybe you're dealing with pain, fatigue, or even discouragement. But know this, you don't need to wait for a big change to start. It can be something small. Choose just one of these foods to begin. Maybe it's the yogurt you try tomorrow morning, or the beans you prepare over the weekend. It could even be that roasted sweet potato as a side dish for Sunday lunch. One step. That's all. And that step can take you to places you never imagined returning to. Life doesn't have to be a sequence of sacrifices. You can still have moments of joy, vitality, and lightness. And all of this can start with something as simple as an egg for breakfast, a handful of almonds between tasks, or a serving of spinach for dinner. Your body is ready to recover. Your strength is still there, waiting to be reignited. So, shall we do this together? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It just has to start. Choose one food, put it on your plate, eat with intention, and observe how, little by little, your body begins to respond. It will show you that there's still so much to live, so much to feel, so much to enjoy. Because the truth is this, you still have so much to live, and your body wants to live it with you.